back to do some more of this. Should you have kids? Kerry McCarpet. Again, I like Kerry, but, liking somebody and, thinking they know what they're talking about are not necessarily the same things. So, yeah, I think she's just full of shit. Anyway, this mumbo jumbo about being some kind of meaning to this whole sloppy mess that we call living. This competitive little, I'm better than you bullshit. And, now she's on this whole spiritual thing, which is usually just some kind of superstitious stuff or a coincidence thing, and people get all gooey about that kind of thing. And there's sort of just inevitable circumstances. You roll enough human dice, there's going to be bizarre coincidences, because of all the interactions, all the permutations that we cycle through in playing this game. Somebody actually wins lotteries that have 1 in 8 million kind of odds, or 1 in 80 million, or 1 in a billion kind of odds. Yet somebody actually wins. It happens. It's not magic. It's not God's will. It's not any of that kind of crap. It's just inevitable. And so, yeah, people get all gooey about that shit. So anyway, I just thought I'd throw this in, just because it really is it just fits right into this, like, oh yeah, get duped by the bullshit. I've relayed to, people who've watched my videos for 10 years kind of know I've relayed this story, at least in stick-ham rooms and stuff, that when I was a kid, I used to see these little specks of light floating around in my room. The lights would be off. It might be a night light, I don't know what was causing it, but at any rate, I would have a ton of these different colored little bits of light, and they'd swirl around, and they'd get angry, and they'd get soft, and they'd get all kinds of movement, and it was like a thing to me. It was like yeah, whatever. It was a friend, but it was also kind of intimidating, because it could be frightening. But I'm just saying, it was part of my life. Every night I'd have this experience where I'd have my eyes open and I'd see all of these little BBs. And ironically, I've come up with this theory of physics that pretty much is the BB theory. It's the little specks of light, theory. And so you could almost say, hey, well, that's a huge coincidence, right? I mean, it was destined to be or something. Or you could also argue that because of that experience as a kid, I had a familiarity with particles and bits, and that I think about them differently because I had a relationship to them as a friend when I was a kid. And so the idea of thinking about them and understanding them kinetically and bouncing off of each other and all that kind of dynamic was very intuitive to me because I already had experience with them. I always floated around with them. So it was easy for me to take an idea and turn it into something that would fit the picture, that would explain, that would connect the dots. I could see the connected dot picture because I'd been there, so to speak. I already, you know what I'm saying? It's an image I'd already seen. And so if I give you a connect the dot image of something you've already seen, or something you just saw yesterday, you can say, oh yeah, it's an apple. You'll see it right away. So that's all. So I just throw that in. Like somebody could take that and turn it to, ooh, God, mystical, magical. The Force put the little BBs in my head when I was a kid. No. They're just coincidences. No magic.
Sign-free, map-free, GPS-free journey across a landscape we know nothing about. We don't know if there's a...
She said that twice or 4 times or whatever. Again, like we don't know anything about what our existence is, what the hell we really are. She'll not concede evolution, I don't think, to its roots. You're just you're green slime with guns, nuclear missiles. That's it. That's what you really are. Penises and vaginas, titties, blah blah blah. That's it. Belly buttons. Still just green slime.
God, we don't know what happens after death. If you look at...
Ooh, that's where I left off. Whew. She just threw that out there, right? We don't know what happens after that. Like, oh yeah, you all know that, right? Well, I mean, you know, I'm just saying that's just like your brain just. Oh, this conversation's over, right? She thinks the world's flat.
Physics, you don't even know if legacy exists when you go into the technicalities of what space-time could be like.
Well, whatever. Yeah, obviously they made a mistake there in the physics. There's no space-time. It's just crap. There's time and there's space, and neither one does anything. They are byproducts of the stuff happening. One of them's the white space surrounding the stuff. It actually does have energy, but you know, I won't get into that. And the other one is just a byproduct, time. It takes time for the stuff to go from here to there. And that's the rule. It takes time for light to go from here to here. It takes time. There, now time is invented. The end. Not complicated.
So what's even the point in passing on your genetics? I mean, the future could be a fiction.
Well, this point of the future being a fiction is certainly true. The future is, you know, subject to lots of circumstances beyond our control and ones within our control. But regardless, it's pretty iffy, and it's certainly iffy for individuals. Now, for the species, okay, it stands more of a chance than this individual genetic crap. But again, this whole love affair with what? I'm a special snail. You know, I mean, you know, this is the obsession with the nuances that don't make a difference. I mean, you watch Star Trek episodes or something, and you'll sort of get this picture that, oh yeah, that's how ludicrous this is. Right, there's one episode where the people have their left side of their face is white and the right side of their face is black, and then the people they hate and are killing have the black side on the white side on this side and the black side on that side, and you say, oh gee, that's a ludicrous distinction. So all this genetic crap is pretty much just absolute bullshit, right? Unless you're going to say something like, well, my people are cancer-free or something, or do some kind of, if you're going to make some real rational argument that you've got, you know, Mega Man genetics. But do we really want to get obsessed about that kind of crap? We're going to say that's what a human being is, how durable they are. I can sit underwater for 4 minutes. There, my genetics should go into the future. Well, maybe we're Aquaman or something, but no. Fuck you. It's silly. All that matters is whether you can sit on your ass and eat a donut. Isn't that really what we're doing here? Once in a while, get a hard-on, somewhat be able to perform something sexual now and then. What do we really have to do to call it, well, that's good enough?
And surely the only compass you have is love. Love.
Oh, man. Excuse me. Ugh. Ugh. What do you make out of that? Well, the only compass you have is your erroneous emotional love affair with blue castles. You know, whatever turns you on. That's all that matters. What turns you on? Do you love hamburgers? Or do you love sushi? Or do you love boiled carrots? Fuck. Love. I mean, you know, it's just kind of disappointing because, you know, I'm saying, well, look, Kerry's smart. Now, how could she still use a word like love without it something little smart things going off in her brain saying, wait a minute, that is sort of a bogus word. I mean, isn't that just this attractive, horny thing? You know, what is that based on? We don't really love people, you know, honestly or based on their character. We don't even do it honestly with children, right? You always, well, the cute ones always, yeah, that's where they're more fun than the little ugly trolly ones. The healthy ones are always more pleasant to look at than the disabled, crippled, drooling ones. I mean, our love is just so fucking bigoted and useless as a definer of value. I mean, fuck. I mean, she's too smart not to know that, isn't she? I mean, when I do the calculation, I'm saying she's too smart to know that. But maybe I'm just being prejudiced because she's I'm assuming she's too cute to be stupid. So maybe it's my bigotry. Guess so.
It's the go sign. You know, your instincts that tell you what you want to do.
Wow, instinct is another great word, right? I mean, I just, yeah, use all your short judgment. Use all your, like, judge the book by the cover kind of judgment. Don't use the smart part of your brain. Use that reflexive idiot, that does the knee-jerk thing. Be a knee-jerker. Judge life and live life as a knee-jerk. No. Don't do that.
Have been forged over millions of years and...
to make lizards. I mean, again, what we've been forged to be is little fucking sadistic evil monsters, okay? Basically commit genocide. I mean, again, it's all these... You probably still think bonobos are just loving orgy havers. No, again, they commit genocide just like the chimpanzees. They go out and they just kill everybody. That's the natural way. So should we imitate that? Come on. Come on. We're selfish little emotional monsters, and the only thing that rises us above it is the capacity that we can actually think about it and say, oh, love is a bullshit word, and my nature is selfish, and I need rules that basically encourage me not to be a cunt. Well, sorry, no offense.
Perhaps they should be followed. I mean, if you are spiritual...
Yeah, perhaps they should be followed. If you are spiritual, you should go with that, because that's perfectly rational. No, you should check with a psychologist and see if you're a fucking idiot. And then talk to somebody who knows something about reality. There's no spiritual gene. There's no spiritual in nature. It's not there. We have dispelled with leprechaunism. Grow up.
Well, you think there's a bigger meaning to all this, and you're part of that, then your instincts are part of a bigger design. I mean, perhaps you should...
Yeah, whatever. I mean, that's just such mumbo. Well, perhaps you're an idiot and a moron and a lunatic, and so you should go with that and go ahead and torture some kids. Yeah, that's a great rationale. We don't know anything, so I can't possibly tell you you're an asshole, an idiot, a moron. Go ahead, believe in astrology. Yeah, why don't you do that? Why don't you just microwave your kid because you think he's the demon or the devil incarnate, right? If that's what you think, go with it, right? Why tell people they can't microwave their fucking demonic children? You're basically saying it's okay to have any kind of bullshit fable in your head, so why does Son of Sam get ridiculed when his dogs clearly told him to go commit murder? It's clearly not his fault. He's just doing what his dogs told him to goddamn do. And of course they must be fucking God and bestowed dogs if they could talk to him. Fuck, don't you get it? I mean, clearly those babies women are shoving in microwaves. Clearly they're demonic. Come on, they believe it. Isn't that all that's necessary? They believe it's the devil. It's got to be that way, right? Because shit, all this crap is clearly possible. So how can we pass judgment? Let them microwave the little fuckers.
The trust. They're telling you to do the right things and you should go with them. And in some people, that instinct is to not have children.
Yeah, whatever. This whole go with your instincts crap, this is just such an obnoxious insult to our intelligence. Ask your penis what it should do. Yeah, what we should do. Why don't we let's ask our anuses and ask our big toe. Let's ask anything but our brain, because that would be a terrible... what a horror. You asked your brain what the right answer is? Fuck.
And to focus their energies on improving the world. Maybe you should go with that, And if you're an atheist and think that you've got some intellectual autonomy, there's still a reason, you still justify having kids because we're wired through evolution.
Oh, yeah, we're wired. I mean, again, this is just, we have habits. Oh, gee. I mean, it's just such a crock of absolute goddamn shit. Again, you have no evidence that we're wired to do anything but have sex. So, bullshit.
to feel fulfilled and to feel a sense of well-being by doing certain things like having kids. So to understand the full range of human experience.
No, what the full range of human experience. I should understand the full range of human experience. I should fucking understand women who shove their babies in the microwave and, you know, put 90% of power, I think, for, you know, 10 minutes. I should waste my time understanding that? No, fuck it. It's stupid. This bullshit, this mumbo fucking goddamn jumbo is goddamn ignorant nonsense.
You maybe need to explore the panorama of activity. And if you care about the
panorama of activity. What are these activities exactly? Well, I put food in my mouth and I go poopy and do the humpy bumpy and what else do I do? Itch the scratchies, scratch the itchies. Yeah, that's what I do. I scratch the itchies. Fuck this panorama.
Future of the human race as well. There's an argument for putting in some work, you know, bringing up some well-rounded, emotionally...
Right. So just keep pretending that that's statistically what's going to take place, that always works. That is such a guaranteed, reliable standard, baby. You just go in there with the right mental attitude and you're going to win. There's a book on it, right? There's a book, How to Raise a Rational, Reasonable Citizen of the United States or the United Kingdom. You have a book somewhere, right, where if everybody read this book, their kid would come out just right. Bull fucking shit.
Intelligent children who are going to go on and make the world better after you die.
Show me somebody who did that. Please. Somebody who did that on purpose. The only people who've ever done it are people who did it by accident. Their kid just happened to be goddamn spectacular because he basically developed character because he got as far away from his parents as possible. Wonderful people like me. You know, totally not indoctrinated by the lunatics he called his parents.
Because if you look at the research, and don't anyone shoot the messenger here.
Oh, please. All right, this ought to be worth a laugh. A study has found, I love that, a study. Oh, I think I'm going to make a study. Yeah, I'll go ask Laura what he thinks. Yeah. Has found that maternal urge of women decreases with every 15 extra IQ points. Dun, 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 dun. Well, that is, I don't even know how they study that, but by some sort of fucking self, you know, all the ego women say so. All the women who think they're smart say so. But the studies they did in India were pretty clear, right? One town, they made sure the women graduated from high school. The other town, they didn't make sure they graduated from high school. The town they made sure they graduated from high school, they had 2 per woman, less kids per woman. 2 less. Half as many, as that turned out. Yeah. 50% decrease in the number of births just by graduating from high school.
The people with the highest IQs are the most likely to remain childless, and they say that what could happen is, in future, the intelligence of the population is going to go down.
Well, it really doesn't matter. I mean, obviously, if you people don't have enough IQ to know that when you're dead, you're dead. Okay, I mean, so our old IQ obviously wasn't high enough. You can't even figure, you're fucking people with your fucking 100+ IQs and everything, you fucking can't figure out that when you're dead and there's no spiritual mumbo-jumbo bullshit. You can't figure that the fuck out with your big giant brains, with all your big giant IQs. What the fuck's the difference if you get dumber? You can't figure it out now. Again, the intellectuals are the ones sinking this boat, okay? They're just sitting there saying, I'm going to be as dumb as the dumbest fucker I can find. I'll find the dumbest fucker and then I'll celebrate his dumb fuckery. And say, yeah, let's just be just like that asshole. Idiots. Fucking cretins. No wonder why. Yeah, I mean, you're just making the argument for Pol Pot. No wonder why he killed the intellectuals. They are full of shit. They're not smart. They're a misnomer. They're a fucking lie. They can't even say something rational like, well, gee, this is good reason to figure that only assholes are having kids, so why don't we just say, don't be an asshole, because only assholes have kids. Dumb motherfucking assholes. There, subject over. Should you have kids? Well, only if you're a dumb motherfucking asshole should be the rational conclusion. Do you think you're a dumb motherfucking asshole? Yes, then have kids. But if you think you're something better than that, and you aspire to be something better than that, don't have fucking kids.
There's a correlation between people going vegan or giving up animal products and intelligence as well. And it does seem that a lot of vegans go for the child-free lifestyle. I see this discussed here more than anywhere else. Maybe it is because...
By what, 2 vegans? Yeah, okay. Close enough. Well, one's a couple, so it's 3 technically, I guess. Yeah.
The instinct is shifting to the work that's most urgent.
Oh, he looks horrible with a mustache. I mean, that is just too fucking weird looking. But he's also compressed. I guess the image isn't too good. But, ew, I don't like that mustache thing. But anyway, the reason why he got a vasectomy is because he's basically a selfish cunt. And he really doesn't want to be, he wants to, like, do stuff, have adventures. And he knows he's not going to have much of an adventure if he's got to drag along, you know, little pussy susie, you know, whatever, the little spawny.
Some people are just plugged into that more than others. And I say all this, you know, I could still go either way. I think that there are enough.
I'm just arbitrary and silly. Okay, yeah, right. Cliche, right? What can I say, right? I mean, you know, sometimes women just shoot themselves in the tit or whatever, you know. I mean, fuck. I want to be taken seriously, but on every serious issue, I'm going to be wishy-washy, so, you know. I can't take anything seriously, so, you know. You can't take me seriously because, yeah, I'm not serious about anything.
Amazing things about life to want to pass it on. But when I look at what parenthood is like for people, I could be wrong, but it does look like you should prepare yourself for the biggest failure of your life as well as the biggest triumph.
Well, whatever. Yeah, you can't do both of those things, so that's the whole point. You know, you really can't. You can't sit there and have, you can't be powerful enough to do all the positive things you need to do if you're scared to death by all the negative things. So again, it's that whole argument that if you're afraid of the bears in the woods, even if you go into the wood, you can't really enjoy it because you're always going to have that fear haunting you. And that fear is going to change your behavior towards the environment itself. You'll probably provoke the bear attack by showing your fear. You know, that kind of argument. And so it's you're trapped. If you are a thinking person, it's a no-win situation. You will not win. You'll fail by your own capacity to know failure is inevitable. Yeah, that will doom you.
Looks like the most difficult, most punishing, most heartbreaking lesson in yielding to something bigger than you that anyone ever attempts. And
well, whatever, bigger than you. All this rhetoric is just silly. It's a huge, gigantic responsibility, yes, and it's one you can't guarantee anything about. So deserve won't have anything much to do with it. It's not going to be some sort of reliable thing where you do the work and the work is valued and no, it's completely up. It's this chaos that's thrown into it, and any thinking person would find chaos, throwing a child into a bucket of chaos, is just an obnoxious thing to do.
People seem to do it though because it will complete them. But
it's this whole drawing straw thing. I mean, rational people just wouldn't do that. They wouldn't say, well, let's, you know, make the kid draw a straw. Yuck. I mean, it's obnoxious to intelligence to say there's nothing else we can't do better than that. we must do better than that?
Seems to me like it'll do the opposite. Like, you'll actually be fractured for the rest of your life because you'll exist in more than one place then, you know. Your children are...
Well, you won't exist, so that's it. So, yeah, right there. You're going to be done as a you. You're just going to be... Your program is just going to be ground into servitude to a mission that can't be completed with any hope of anything but luck. You can only be saved by lucky stars.
You, but then they're not you. They get to walk around and lead their own lives. And for those who say you should have kids because then you won't be alone when you're older, I mean, it's that kind of selfish attitude that makes you more likely to be alone, I think. Because your kids don't have to respect you, the parents. They might feel more of an affinity with those child-free people who invested in their future, who tried to...
Yeah, you know, and it might even work to the point where you're almost hostile to the very idea of, you know, any kind of ownership. I'm not something slave. I'm not a slave to somebody else's emotions. I mean, it's just, I'm just not. I mean, that's just bullshit. Say, I love you to me, meaning you're now my slave. And now you have to somehow do extra or be extra to placate my need. I mean, that is just rude. I mean, I was rude most of my life. Most of my life I fell in love with women and I became very possessive and the notion of, you know, them having such power to hurt me. And somehow I thought I was entitled, you know, and it's like, no, I'm not. My love doesn't mean they're obligated. My needs aren't. If I had any respect for the word love, I would know that love doesn't mean obligating. Love doesn't mean caging. Love doesn't mean restraining or confining. Love isn't a cage. Something like that.
Make the world better. There are a lot of people who just look after their own family unit and have no interest in the rest of the world whatsoever. They don't seem to see this is going to impact them.
Well, frankly, it's the very nature of the whole family thing. It's just, again, it's just a kind of racism. It's just a gross bigotry. My kids deserve their kids' tough shit. Well, you got wrong... Hey, kid, you got the wrong parents there, sucker. I'm sorry, it's just sickeningly irrational.
On their kids' future. I mean, they are behaving like parasites. If you have kids and if you don't, there's an onus here to keep the momentum going in terms of improving life. There are people in history who've died to fight for the freedoms and rights and equality we have now. And so many...
Boy, that was was a stupid thing for them to do, right? Fuck. I mean, it's all so bad, right? I mean, they can't convict cops of overtly murdering people. You can't get anything. The whole thing is just shit. You're just saying, man, you guys sure chose the wrong path. This civilization ain't worth dying for.
Many of us just simply enjoy the hollow, superficial comforts and just think that's fine.
Yeah, well, whatever. I don't even, I don't even see those. You know, frankly, the whole thing is pretty discomforting. Mostly. No, there's whatever one. I don't know. Like 2% of my existence is okay, not too bad. But the rest of it, just tedium and irritation.
Fine, and so, you know, sleepwalk into this kind of moral, technological dystopia devoid of any wisdom whatsoever.
Well, again, if it wasn't devoid of any wisdom, if it actually had wisdom in it, the wisdom would be, oh fuck, we're green slime with nuclear bombs. Wisdom is all bad news. Wisdom doesn't tell you anything good. It just says how much you suck. This furniture sucks. This role-playing, little Sally, little Billy, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, it sucks.
it's going to cost us all the thing we care about the most, which is our descendants. The whole thing's going to come crashing down.
I actually watch TV on a TV like that. Yeah. That's how old I am.
These people are going to be the ones who suffer, and it's all due to a selfish, hubristic idea that people should just do what makes them happy, do what gives them pleasure.
Well, you just sat there in the middle of this video glorifying that and saying that, well, that's the only thing you can do because we don't know any better. Fuck. I mean, you're contradicting yourself now. I mean, this video is about as wishy-washy all over the goddamn bouncy-wouncy, you know, why don't you just say, I don't have any rational opinion whatsoever, and I'm just going to recite a bunch of cliches and bibble-babble, defending and objecting and blah, blah, blah. But for no point, because I'm not smart enough to be able to come to a decision anyway. I don't know why you're offering everybody all this wonderful, differently opinionizings, when apparently knowing all these different opinions hasn't helped you any to figure out which one's rational.
And what if there is no such thing as legacy? I mean, if you look at physics, I know this is a...
There's no such thing as anything. Everything's going to blow the fuck up, okay? There's no surviving the universe. The universe eventually will eradicate every single cup and saucer. Every little thing, every pixel in this image, every little essence of it will be eradicated. The gold that's on our planet came from a bunch of different suns all over the fucking universe, okay? I mean, they're all just little atom here, little atom there, little atom, little chunk here, little chunk there. All of that's history is dead, gone, whatever. Whatever, it might have been in somebody's tooth, but yeah, not anymore. I mean, fuck this. There's no legacy. You're done. The whole thing is going to be washed away. There's going to be no book. There's going to be no cover. There's going to be no pages. There's going to be no type. There's going to be no white space. There's going to be no nothing to indicate anything ever was. That's the truth of it. So if you're counting on it meaning something in the future, well, it won't. And so all you have is, oh gee, what kind of jerk-off fun are we having at the moment? And haven't we been there and done this enough times to say, Jesus Christ, we've done this enough times. Stick dick in vagina. Okay, how many times have we done that enough times? Let's just be done with it.
A bit of a tangent, but since we're talking about the meaning of life and everything, if you look at physics, it's string...
Meaning of life is you're a consuming monsters, okay? Little tool-enabled monsters consuming energy so you can make copies of yourself so you can consume some more stuff and monsterize the universe. That's it. You're a monster. That's why your guts are full of acid. That's kind of associated with monsters. Acid, monster. Get it?
Theory, the many worlds idea.
Oh, whatever, yeah, it's not an idea, it's a fable, it's a fairy tale, it's a canard of silly, whatever, drug-affected retards who spent a little time enough time in university to use some language and to bash words together, but not enough time to know what the fuck they're talking about.
That seems to make the maths work. And
the maths. It's math anyway, but whatever. It's not a plural. It doesn't make it work. They just throw everything they don't like, and it's the biggest. Just sweep it under the dimensional rug. You need something? Look under the dimensional rug, right? You lost something? Go look under the rug. You want to get rid of something? Throw it under the rug. Yeah, anybody can make anything work that way. An infinite dumpster. Yeah, okay. That'll make life work, won't it?
Many worlds idea is that branching off from this moment is a near infinite number of possible next moments, and your consciousness somehow picks one of these and advances.
And I'm puking in all of them. Every fucking one of them I'm puking right now. This is so fucking stupid. Fuck, like this nightmare is, hey, Freddy's nightmare isn't enough of a nightmare. Let's do it in 5D. Not 10D. A zillion D. Fuck you.
Advances forward along a tree of possibility. Therefore, the point at which you die.
Yes, therefore the point in which you die, and therefore the point where in some of them your legs are cut off. In the other universe, you win the gold medal. In this universe, you get cancer. In this universe, you get... Fuck it. It's you just turned everything into just a bucket of fucking puke.
Okay, and you leave this tree of possibility means you
This bucket of puke.
have many different legacies that could happen, branching off.
All puke. Because if you win in one universe, you're lost in the other universe. So, in my opinion, it's puke.
Where you leave off. A near infinite number, in fact. In some futures, after you die, you'll be cloned.
Why? This is just like, I mean, as if Jehovah isn't stupid enough. As if fucking lunatic Muslims aren't fucking wacky enough. We have to do this. I have to waste my time with intellectuals with this thing that has absolutely zero evidence defending it. Absolutely no indication of anything such as another dimension. Absolutely makes no fucking sense whatso fucking goddamn ever. And yet they're just going to pretend this is reality. Because I made up a fucking fable, and you idiots sit there and just say, yes, I love Three Piggy stories. I love multiverse stories. Oh yeah, love it, love it, love it. No evidence for it, no mechanics for it, no anything for it. Just invent it. Religion for smart people. Yeah. That's all this crap is. It's disgusting. It's a fucking molestation of intelligence to play this game.
Anyway, and to go on, in other futures the world will be a terrible place in which you wouldn't want your kids to grow up. In some futures it'll be a brilliant place.
Yeah, so just fuck it then. I mean, this is just so stupid. What the fuck would I give a shit about? What the hell is this? Well, if I win in this universe, I'm sure to lose in the other universe, and if I lose in this universe, I'm sure to win in the other universe. So I guess I should try to lose here, and I can win over there. Oh fuck! How do I work this out? I mean, if I'm going to do every single infinite possibility.
In which it's a shame you didn't have kids, etc. But you don't really know the context of anything, and all we really have that's tangible to us is love and our instincts. And this is probably the best road.
Why don't you just say our intuition? We have little feelings. All we have is our little feelings. So again, you're just defeating your whole vegan argument by saying don't apply intelligence to the circumstance, don't imply knowledge, just go with your feelings. So if you enjoy eating the chicken, the dead chicken, go ahead and eat it. Because fuck, it's your feelings for fuck's sake. They're the important thing.
Sign we have. And so it's worth thinking about these unborn children, and could you really do the right thing by
yeah, let's all think about, hey, you know what? Most children end up in the toilet. Yeah, that's it. They go down the sewer. Let's go get them and save them. That's where most of them go, right? Most babies are miscarried, right?
Hey then, I think if a lot of us were honest with ourselves, we would have to admit we're too invested.
I've lived too fucking long. Yes, I have to admit, when intellectuals are going to talk like this, I've lived too long. I should have blown my brains out. I have some shotgun shells. I really should, just should make myself a shotgun and get the job done, because these people are just too fucking stupid. You can't get intelligent people to speak intelligently, then what's the fucking point? You're the only people that can save the world, alright? Are people that are smart enough to understand the circumstance we're in. Smart enough to understand green slime, penis, gastric acid. Yeah, this isn't a great thing. And if the smart people aren't willing to say that, then yeah, we're fucked.
In ourselves, we would fuck it up badly. And of course, parenthood is about fucking things up, but...
Oh, gee, that's such a close. Yeah, but that's no big deal. Oh, it's okay, you fuck it up, who cares? A little bit of rape here and there, whatever.
I think a lot of people are too invested in what they're doing, really, and they wouldn't be able to give it up. People think parenthood is about completion and comfort and well-being. No, it seems to be about discomfort, and the joy is about spiritual growth that comes...
Oh, whatever. Spiritual growth. I mean, goddamn. By going back to nursery school, by babbling lies and fairy tales. You can spend, you can do at least for the first 10 years maybe. You can keep that kid pretty duped up and doped up on absolute bullshit. Yeah, that's so fucking embiggening of your mind, is to spend your time reading fairy tales.
From that. And people seem to discover an altruism they didn't know existed.
Oh, what a crock of shit, number 58.
Before. They feel this chain of being. Because the altruism isn't...
Chain of being. I mean, what is this crap? The magical chain of being. You ought to start your own little mini cult. Chain of beingness.
Real, of course. I mean, you're genetically invested in this other person.
So, well, that means so fucking goddamn much. I mean, really, that's just so fucking important. His genetic code. This is painful.
So I do despair of parents who guilt trip their kids and say, I gave up everything for you. No, actually, your kids are doing you a favour. They are the ambassadors for your genetics who are going to represent you.
Oh, man. I mean, that's just so fucking disgusting. I mean, you know, if that would even occur to me, to waste time doing that kind of vain bullshit. But isn't that all? Yeah, okay, maybe that's all people are doing. Oh, I hope he looks like Robert Redford. Or maybe Paul Newman. Maybe I can have a baby. It's like, what's her name? Sharon Stone. Ooh.
You in the future.
I can be like Donald Trump. I think, ooh, I'd sure like to. Boy, if my daughter wasn't my daughter, I'd hump the fuck out of her. Yeah, I'd buy her off. She'd have sex with me because I'd pay her a bunch of money. God, I hate this planet. I hate you. I hate this fucking shithole of a dump.
But feeling that presence of something that is essentially you in the separate consciousness of another human.
Oh, essentially you. It's essentially you. It's not superficially you. It's essentially you. No, you've got it backwards. It's preposterously superficially you. And it's only 50% you mixed with 50% some other shit. Did you get that? It's not even you. It's 50% you. It's like mixing, you could be mixing chocolate with like anti-chocolate. Something else. Not chocolate. They don't go together very well.
Being is an experience that allows you to apprehend in a way you couldn't see before what life is actually about.
Okay, whatever. What life is actually about. Again, you're going to keep saying that. We know that scientifically what life is about. Life is a evolution of robots designed to kill each other. That's what life is all about. Surviving a gladiator war. That's what it's all about. Boom.
Activity, you know.
And we as brains, as intellectuals, can say, hey, that's a stupid all-about story. And what we should make it all about is being intelligent. Understanding the reality of the circumstance. And understanding the reality of the circumstance is understanding that a kid is a kid no matter what its genetic code is. The qualities of kidness are kidness of the kid. It doesn't have anything to do with who's possessing whose genetics. Shit.
We're all joined and we're all invested in the future.
Well, whatever that
This
means.
seems like a compelling idea.
I'm invested, unfortunately, in the future you fuckers are going to impose on me. I'm voting for no future. I'm saying I don't want to be victim number 7 zillion. I don't really care to be. I don't want to be a lizard. I don't want to be a frog. I don't want to be a dog. I don't want to be a wildebeest. I don't want to be any of these motherfucking things on this fucking goddamn planet ever fucking again. And assholes like you are going to keep saying, no, you have to be. Because I'm going to drag you back. I'm going to shove consciousness back in the brain again and say, hate this shit. Because they're inevitably going to do it. They're going to sit there and say, gee, what a dumb slut. I have to do it all over again.
Seems like, there's enough good stuff in life to rationalize passing it on. However, I would also enjoy the benefits of not having kids if that's what happens. Because, you know what, I already know about the bloody chain of being. I see that a lot in the vegan community, that people know that...
yeah, Matrix is a good example. Oh yeah, let's go back to reality and eat gruel and wear tattered clothes in our really cool spaceships anyway. Yeah. Oh, fuck.
Other creatures exist and feel the same way we do. They can already feel that, and I can totally get that for a lot of us, the thing that's going to be most fulfilling is to make life better for other people. It's very similar.
I don't know. That sounds like work. So, fulfilling work, I don't know, So, let's just admit that if we're going to be useful is usually going to require you to sacrifice something and to work. So, that's going to suck. So, if you want your kid to be productive, you're essentially saying, be a slave.
But to having kids, it's just about wanting to put something into the world beyond yourself. And
whatever that is, again, wanting. It's about wanting, and these wants aren't anything good or flattering. These are wants that have nothing to do with anything graceful or beautiful. They have to do with bigotry, racism, and a bunch of other bullshit, man. That's all it's about for most of these fucking cunts. And you glorifying their behavior as some sort of dignified, beautiful, life-affirming thing. It's not. They're affirming the worst of us, not the best of us.
For a lot of people, that means dedicating their life to improving things rather than...
A lot of people. If it was a lot of people, the world wouldn't be as big a shithole as it is. So that's just another lie. It's a tiny percentage of people who have any fucking depth or character. So don't lie to me about fucking there's a lot of people doing a lot of good stuff. No, there's a lot of people doing a lot of bad stuff.
Their ability to improve things by bringing another human here so that, they can no longer fix the world for that human's future. So I understand either way. I love that people here seem to give it a lot of thought because so many people don't.
Yeah, I don't even... You're basically pissed on giving it thought. You said go with your instinct. That's what your primary stupid moronic theme was here. Listen to your penis.
Anyway, thanks a lot for watching. I hope I haven't annoyed anyone speaking from ignorance.
Oh, fuck, yeah, you have annoyed the fuck out of me, so your hope is dashed, I think.
To someone without children.
I mean, unless I'm a no one. I could be a no one, so maybe I don't matter.
But please share your thoughts below and subscribe for more videos, and I'll see you next time.
Whatever. Alright, well, that was unpleasant enough. 258 comments, my word. Probably a bunch of inane crap. Adopt. Oh, Jesus Christ. Parents are usually selfish, ignorant people. Yeah, that's simple enough. Cancer is just one of life's little pleasures, and it isn't always the byproduct of human endeavors. Whatever. Death is inevitable. And you still haven't provided anything else of value to value it on. I don't know. Class warrior guy, I like him. Smart guy. I would love to make a baby with you, Kerry. Oh, Jesus. Well, you're kind of creepy looking fella, so I think you're out of luck. But I don't know, she kind of goes for creeps. Yeah, she almost went for me. Yeah, she almost liked me. So yeah, she does go for it. You know, she has a thing for the creep factor. But anyway, Gary. Very surprised to hear you have these views. I think having kids is fundamentally wrong. Nothing ever changes and history repeats itself. Pointless cycle, pointless suffering caused by selfish arrogance. Way to go, dog. Hey, dog named Gary. Way to go. Even a dog named Gary is smart. There is a right answer. No. Yeah, with a Schopenhauer guy. Nicodab. Yeah, very good, very good. Oh, there's a hot chick. Katie. Hey, Katie. I understand the logic of not wanting to have kids, but I can't understand how it feels to actually not want kids, because I've always wanted them because they're fun to play with, and, you know, especially when they're naked and stuff, and you can rub their skin and such, and put the lotion on their skin. I love putting lotion on their skin. The strong. Oh, I mean, I really do like it, so, you know, it's kind of like what I want to have kids for. And then when they grow up, they're adults, and I really hate them then, but I love playing with kittens and puppies, and especially little babies. Children matter so much to me. It's not just my own future children. I'm a teacher, and I basically love kids, because kids are all smelly, and they puke on your shoes, and oh, they're just so goddamn cute. Yeah, I don't think it'll work for between us, Katie. Yeah, I really don't want to be taking no kids on my picnics. No, sir. No, sir, no way, no how. Love, question mark. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Attachment associated with warm, fuzzy feelings shattered daily by the cruel, icy shards of reality. Yes, that's sure the fucking goddamn truth. Johnny Beastly. Not much of a name, but I'll have to do, pig. Here's another chick. Purpley chick. Vegans for her animals. Animals. For the animals. Okay, vegan for the animals. Yay! All I can say is I'm just happy I found your channel a few months back. Oh, well, that's not much of a thing to say, geez. So, yeah. You were kind of purpley there. You didn't really bust out of the purple bubble, just kind of a little purple platitude. Ah, lavender and purple, la 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 la. Don't say anything too serious, too much. Do 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 do. In Mendham's response below. But it isn't below. Yeah, you can't post links anymore. It's really irritating as fuck. I can't even get comments to post. I mean, really, I guess I'm blocked by people I don't know I'm blocked by or something. But yeah, you can't post links. You can't post comment. I can't post anything. So it really is irritating. The trolls seem to just own this mechanism, but somehow real people can't do anything. Let's see. You, I love that, end your bloodline if you don't want kids, and there's no more link between you and the world. Oh, yes, my meaning is in my genetic code. Sure it is. Oh, that's so retarded. Just think back how far your bloodline goes. Yeah, all the way back to lizards and bugs and trilobites. Gee. Wow, I'm just so... It's so tragic and sad. I'm not going to be making some more trilobites. Just how I just know the New World Order or Planned Parenthood got the vegan community. I don't know. There's all this weird little crap in here. Anyway, you're retarded. Oh, Emile Sinclair. What a fucking asshole. Can you not read irony at all? I was being ironical. Oh, yeah. Well, anything you do badly. So no, you probably failed at being ironical. I was making fun of her traditionalist views. Oh, well, you probably failed, yes, because you suck. She thinks that because her ancestor had children, she also should. No, she thinks her bloodline is super cool. I'm related to a bunch of survivors who, you know, killed all the other people, and I survived, so I'm really cool. Yeah, something like that. I'm saying, so if you ate meat, you'd also have to eat meat, understand? I don't think that's what she's saying, but regardless, you're an idiot. Fuck you. I hate that guy. Hearing you talk about physics makes me wonder if everything you say about anything that's not in your field of expertise is on the same level of accuracy. Just opened my eyes. I don't know whether he's insulting her or not, but yeah, she really doesn't know shit about Whatever. Whatever. Your kids are only doing you a favor by carrying your genes. If you happen to care one whit about your genetic legacy, well, you know how that's not very relevant. I'm interested in how many women lose their period on vegan diets like freely. I don't know about that. I would suspect that that's something wrong with her. She's underweight or something, and that's what she lost her period because she's, she runs a little underweight. So that'll do it. Good advice. We're debating if we want one, and if we did, it would only be one, and then we would get a vasectomy. Yeah, well, you're an anarcho-vegan. I mean, kook. Fuck. I hope the one kills you. Anyway, that's all very sad, sweetheart. I don't know what that means. Ron Paul girls? Well, that's kind of disgusting. You should participate in a mass... Well, I shouldn't read this, but it's in all caps, and that's just rude. Huh. Gary Mosier didn't like this. Well, logical imperialist has to use my real name on the comment section of another video. What a troll, what a troll, what a troll, what a troll, what a troll. Cunt, troll, fucking bastard. Son of a troll, fucking cunt shit. I don't get the no way I'm bringing kids into this fucked up world stance. Because, shit, make the little bastards work. I did. I had to walk 15 miles to go to school, and they molested me and tore my penis off. And damn it, my kids should know that kind of fun. If it's a bad, then do me a favor and take yourself off it. I mean, that's just so brilliant. But yes, I'm all for that. All the complainers should kill themselves. Yes, yes, yes. I like life. That's because you're a user, no doubt. No doubt you're a fucking goddamn pig who consumes life every day, who eats their welfare every day. You're a perpetrator. I'm not here for long and don't want to waste any of it interacting with miserable defeatists. Good. Fuck off. Yay. God, you're hateable. Oh, yeah, you're a delusional, selfish cunt. Exactly, yes. Very good, Matthew. Anyway, moving on. Until next time, and such. I have to do holiday video next. Oh, man. I mean, people say I don't walk the walk. I mean, this is walking the walk, fuck. I mean, just having to listen to this shit is so hard to do. I don't want to do it. I mean, I just want to, I'm just saying, oh, I watched the worst movie ever made and endure this shit. Ay. Oy. Boy. Just terrible. Nude scene. Anyway, yeah, so anyway, till next time. And such, and so forth and whatnot. The pain. The pain.